You alright?
Hello cinephiles, welcome back. Today we will be counting down the top 20 best kidnap/abduction movies of all time. These will be in various genres ranging from drama to action, horror, supernatural and even comedy. And as a bonus, you will be getting an additional 6 movies that just barely missed out on the top 20. A total of 26 movies. Now, let's get into it. Just before we get into it, you may want to know about a movie called God is a Bullet, which stars Jamie Foxx, Nikolai Coster-Waldau, and Micah Monroe, which is about a detective whose daughter and ex-wife gets kidnapped by a cult, and he then teams up with a former escapee in search of rescue and revenge. God is a Bullet was released on June 23, 2023, not in time to be ranked and reviewed for this list. So, why not just go check it out and come back and tell us what you think about it. Now let's check out the honorable mentions.
Abby, I'm ready for the close.
What the hell are you doing? They're not as nervous if they have something from home. Shh. First call 30 from now.
Same as always. Go, go, go.
Okay, boys, we want this to go down nice and quiet, so put the guns down.
Can't you people see there are guns here? Get the fuck out!
You know anything about that vehicle?
We just stopped by to admire the beautiful Ow! Words.
You guys, seen a baby around here?
There's been a kidnap. If we see anything, we'll be sure to notify. Oh! The police. Welcome to the car.
Pick up your son, please! No, son! Not your son, you son!
Ed. Listen, listen. Hello? If you can hear us down there, say something!
Mama, leave me! Mama, I'm doing it!
We're going to help you. Sit tight for a moment.
And coincidentally, the movie starting off the list at number 20 is named Kidnap. A typical regular afternoon in the park turns into a nightmare for a single mother when kidnappers snatch her son while she's right there in the park with him. This one is a little predictable, and at times the movie doesn't seem to be sure of the direction it wants to take. However, Halle Berry gives a very convincing performance, and being only an hour and 22 minutes long, it's very exhilarating and full of adrenaline.
They've got my son! Help me!
Pull the car over now!
Help me! They've got my son!
There are 4 other movies by the name of Kidnap, which obviously are also about a kidnap. Released in 1974, 2007, 2008, and 2019, respectively. Number 19, Gardens of the Night. This one is about 2 kids who were kidnapped and then released when they were teenagers. Warning, the first half of this movie is very hard to watch. There are kidnappings, child sex exploitations, and lots of really sad, tear-jerking moments. There's lots of really good acting all around, especially from young Ryan Simpkins.
Nothing wrong with touching. Teacher does it. Doctors do it. The police officers do it. Even your daddy does it. If you stayed home, pretty soon, he'd have been touching you.
No!
Hey! Get off! Get off! Sit down there!
Number 18, All the Money in the World. This is a true story about the kidnapping of the grandson of Jean-Paul Getty, who was at the time the richest man in the world. It's a tense, compelling, suspenseful story about the love of family or lack of it versus greed and the love of money and the consequences.
Okay. Soon it's over.
Number 17, The Call. Halle Berry is back again on the list with this one, this time as an operator for an emergency call center. When a call comes in from a kidnapped teen, Jordan, played by Halle Berry, has to be very smart and does everything she possibly can to rescue her. The final third of this movie has kind of the same issue as a movie named Trapped, which is at number 26 on this list. It's where the script goes a little crazy and things goes a little over the top. However, it's still very thrilling. It's a very good watch and gives a very good performance from Halle Berry, as usual. If you enjoyed The Call, you may also would like to check out The Guilty, which is starred by Jake Gyllenhaal. Both movies are very similar, however, The Guilty has a more subtle ending. Number 16, Breakdown. How bad can one's day get? First, car trouble, then your spouse gets kidnapped, then you get abducted, and on top of that, you're stranded out in the middle of the desert. A young man is firmly up against the odds as he tries to rescue his wife and escape with both of their lives in this 1.5 hour suspenseful thriller. Number 15. Speak no evil. Nothing gives a better lesson in why you should never trust strangers than this movie. The final moments of this movie is very unforgettable in a very sad way. It's extremely disturbing and will stay with you for a long time. Be warned. Number 14. The Collector. This was originally created to be a part of the Saw franchise, which explains all the traps and blood and gore. However, it just stood out and became its own thing. It follows an entomologist who abducts people and rearranges their body parts to resemble that of insects, then adds them to his collection in his makeshift museum, which is an abandoned building. Some of the CGI isn't the best, and some of the collector's actions and his glowing eyes have us wondering at times if he has superhuman abilities, to which we never get answers. However, it definitely doesn't take away from the movie being very thrilling, suspenseful, and exciting. The Collector was released in 2009 and Part 2, The Collection, was released in 2012. Number 13. The Boy Behind the Door. When two young boys get kidnapped, one manages to escape. Now he is faced with the choice of running away or returning to save his friend. It's a story of true friendship and heroism. A simple premise that's very suspenseful, very thrilling, and extremely tense. Trust me, you should check out this one. Number 12. Extraction. A mercenary decides to undertake a seemingly impossible mission of rescuing the son of a crime lord from an even more ruthless crime lord. This came out in the pandemic when everyone was locked down and stressed, and boy, it was a treat. It doesn't offer much in terms of depth and good storytelling and character development and all that, and it doesn't want to. It's straight up, unapologetically pure, raw action. It's one of the most action-packed movies you will ever see.
Follow
Extraction Part 2 is set to be released on June 9, 2023 on Netflix. Number 11. Man on Fire. When your bodyguard is an ex-CIA agent and an ex-Marine Corps, you would think you're pretty much safe, right? Well, this kidnapping took place right in his presence and despite his efforts to stop it. Now, he has to probe through a town full of very dangerous thugs and a lot of corrupt cops in hopes of pulling off a rescue. The action in the second half of the film goes a little over the top, sort of like Trapped, The Call, and Extraction. However, it is believable and still a very, very good movie. And has very good performances from Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning, who will team up again in Equalizer Part 3, which will be released on September 1st. Number 10. Prisoners. A young girl, along with her friend, is kidnapped right outside of her home. A suspect is held, but later released due to lack of evidence. Now, a parent decides to take matters into his own hands. This movie does an excellent job in making you feel the despair and dread and sorrow and trauma that the victims are going through. It has a very sad tone to it. With a runtime of over 2.5 hours, it does feel a little bit long at times and seem to drag a bit. However, it definitely doesn't get boring and definitely keeps your interest.
You said they cried when you left them! Now tell me where they are! Get him up. Get up. Get up. Get up! Fine. Tell me!
Number 9. Split. This one is very interesting. The person doing the kidnappings suffers from dissociative identity disorder, which is a condition when someone has multiple personalities. This movie is actually part 2 of a trilogy. The name of part 1 is Unbreakable, released in the year 2000, and part 3 is named Glass, which was released in 2019. However, it is Split, which was released in 2016, that really highlights and focuses on the abductions.
Can't you see I am not human? Kevin is a man. I am much more.
Number 8. Department Q, A Conspiracy of Faith. Department Q is a series of Danish crime films based on novels of the same name written by author Jussi Adler Olsen. There have been 5 movies so far, which are The Keeper of Lost Causes, The Absent One, A Conspiracy of Faith, The Purity of Vengeance, and The Marco Effect, released in 2013, 2014, 2016, 2018, and 2021, respectively. With the 6th and final movie named Boundless, set for release on February 1, 2024. However, its 2013's The Keeper of Lost Causes and 2016's A Conspiracy of Faith that deals with kidnappings and abductions. A Conspiracy of Faith also tackles issues of religion and cultism.
Bare sæt mig ned her.
Number 7. Ransom. This is easily one of the best performances I've seen from Mel Gibson. He really poured out his emotions into this one, and there were very spirited performances all around. This movie is very intense. It is filled with twists and turns and a little bit of unpredictability. You will thoroughly be thrilled watching this one.
Put the gun down.
That's right. Now back off, Tom. Just walk away.
Number 6. Changeling. Google's definition of changeling is a child believed to have been secretly substituted by fairies for the parent's real child in infancy. Well, it wasn't by fairies and it wasn't at infancy. However, a 9-year-old boy was returned by police to a woman in place of her real son who was kidnapped due to the resemblance of both boys. This movie has a very similar tone and feel to it as a movie by the name of Till, which was released in 2022. And just like Till, both movies highlight the corruption of America's justice system at the time. This is also the second movie on this list that co-stars John Malkovich, the other one being Guardians of the Night. Changeling has a compelling story, is beautifully shot and well acted. Very good performances all around, especially by the lead, Angelina Jolie.
Good night, Mommy. Stop saying that! I'm not your mother! I want my son back! You're not my son! I want my son back! Damn you! I want my son back!
Both Changeling and Guardians of the Night were released in 2008. Number 5. Taken. What would a kidnap/abduction movies list be without Taken? Yet another one released in 2008. Just like the number 12 entry on this list, Extraction. This movie isn't very big on story or character development. Instead, it's a simple, straightforward plot that's just full of action.
The two American girls, where are they?
There's an abduction, a rescue, and a lot of dead bodies in between. Simple.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Taken Part 2 was released in 2012 and Part 3 was released in 2015, and there are rumors of a possible upcoming Part 4. Number 4. Till. This is a very sad but true story of a 14-year-old boy from Chicago by the name of Emmett Till, who was abducted and brutally murdered in Mississippi in 1955 while visiting with family. This movie does an excellent job at highlighting the pain and anguish of loss and the dangers and injustice of corruption and racism. It delivers one of the most moving, touching, and believable performances you will ever see, done by Danielle Deadwyler, who played Emmett Till's mother, who just happens to have a very splitting resemblance to Taraji P. Henson. What do you think, guys? Her acting was so good, you're often wondering if she really lost her son. It was a real tear-jerking performance. Till may not be an easy watch, but it's a definite must-see. Just be prepared to get a little bit emotional. Number 3. The Black Phone. When a 13-year-old boy is abducted and held in a soundproof basement, he is shocked to hear a disconnected phone ringing on the wall. And yeah, you guessed it, it was a black phone. He is in even more shock when he picks up and finds himself speaking to former kidnapped kids who are now dead. It's very hard not to love this movie. It offers something for everyone. It's horror, supernatural, crime, mystery, real life and family drama, all wrapped up in one beautifully. The suspense and the thrills will keep you right at the edge of your seat.
Fucking cocksucking cowards!
Number 2. It. It, Chapter 1, is based on an evil supernatural shape-shifting entity that disguises itself as a clown and abducts children. This clown, which is called Pennywise, emerges from the sewer every 27 years to prey on children of a fictional town called Derry. And just like Freddy Krueger of Nightmare on Elm Street and the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers, Pennywise also feeds on fear. Jeepers Creepers is also a supernatural horror that's based on kidnapping. Only difference is Pennywise focuses on children.
Time to float.
And by the way, there is also a part 2, which is It Chapter 2. It was based on a novel written by Stephen King. Number 1. Shoplifters. Shoplifters is a Japanese drama based on a set of strangers who come together to form their own family who rely on theft, scamming, and shoplifting to survive. This movie differs from the rest on the list in the way that the kidnapped actually went along willingly and did not want to be rescued. Shoplifters shows us that family is simply a concept, a social construct that has little to do with genetics, but instead springs from love and sacrifice, and the bond that can grow even between unrelated people.
おばさんとおばあちゃん好きか？じゃあ我慢できるよな。できる。
戻るって言うと思ったけどね。
選ばれたんかな。
親は選べないからね、普通は。
でもさ、
何が？
絆や。絆。
私は。
This is a beautiful, bittersweet story that at times will have you smiling and at other times tearful. And in the end, it may leave you torn between rooting for what's wrong and what you believe is right.
ねえ。
ああ？
これは人のものじゃないの？
いや。お前もやってみるか、これ。いや、おい。あい。
助けてくれた時、あの時も何か盗もうとしてたの？
バカちげえよ、お前。あの時はよ。
The language is in Japanese, but trust me, it's definitely worth reading subtitles. It's a definite must-see. And if you enjoy Shoplifters, which I am sure you will, do make sure you also check out a similar South Korean movie by the name of Parasite, which I believe is an even better movie than Shoplifters. Difference between the two, Parasite is not based on kidnappings nor abductions. Do you agree with the list? Is there any movie that should or should not be on it or is in the wrong position? And what movies did we recommend that you will be going to check out? Do comment below and let us know. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And when subscribing, hit the notification bell and press all. Thanks very much for watching. Please stay tuned. We'll see you again very soon.